McGraw-Hill Professional presents One Simple Idea. Turn your dreams into a licensing goldmine while letting others do the work. Revised and Expanded Edition. Written by Stephen Key with Colleen Sell. Narrated by A.T. Chandler. Preface. The Ferris Effect. Back in 2003, when I first started teaching my 10 Steps to Bring Your Idea to Market course, a guy who didn't look much like a student started showing up at my classes. Unusually fit, he wore leather from head to toe and carried a motorcycle helmet. Long after everyone else had settled down, he would walk in and scan the room for the perfect spot to sit and focus. Thus positioned, he would cock his head and fix a penetrating look at either my partner Andrew or me as we spoke from the front of the room. I got the sense he was absorbing every story, statistic, and strategy we shared and was turning them over in his mind. At the end of class, students would mill around deferentially, eager to ask questions. But Tim Ferriss didn't waste time on small talk. "Let's go out for gin and tonics," he proposed. "I need to know more." I waved him off at first, but he persisted. He wanted to learn how I had become my own boss with tens of thousands of people whom I didn't know working for me. Eventually, I went out for those drinks, in part just to shut him up. Tim has got to be the most persistent individual I've ever met, and he drilled me about what I do and how he could apply my experiences to his business. You see, Tim had created a dietary supplement, Brain Quicken, and, like many entrepreneurs, he had also launched a company to manufacture and market it. Now he wanted to do what I do, get a licensee to manufacture and market his idea for him so he could kick back and collect royalty checks. Eventually, Tim took off to travel the world, calling in periodically for more advice about how to turn his company from a time-sucking machine into a passive income generator. One day in 2005, he called me from Argentina, where he was studying tango, to announce he was writing a book. He asked me to read what he had written thus far. Tim's book came to be titled The 4-Hour Work Week, and it quickly climbed to the #1 spot on the New York Times bestsellers list. The lessons Tim learned from my classes helped him form the book's underlying philosophy. In it, he coins the term lifestyle design and describes me as a member of a quiet subculture of people called the New Rich, people who have escaped the rat race and discovered how to live the life they want to. Teaching had begun as a side project, but a few months after Tim's book came out, a flood of new students began signing up for our course. "Wow," I said to my wife one day after I got home. "We're going to have to start taking this seriously." Thanks to what I now call the Ferris Effect, the number of my students keeps growing. I have now taught people from more than 30 countries, including Australia, Bolivia, Costa Rica, Chile, Norway, Iceland, Singapore, and Canada. The strategies I teach can work for anyone, anywhere. My students hunger to pick up where the 4-hour work week leaves off, which is what my classes and this book do. For the last 30 years, I've designed my lifestyle by renting my ideas out to large corporations. What I do and how I do it is simple, even if it isn't always easy. However, it is easier today than it has ever been before because of a phenomenon called open innovation, which anyone at all, regardless of education or background, can take advantage of. One of my life's passions is teaching others my roadmap for jumping into the innovation stream and becoming their own boss. I've condensed my teachings into these 20 chapters. Whether people learn this roadmap from me or figure it out for themselves, I believe many, many more people will begin designing their lifestyles this way in the future. Although Tim came to me for help at first, he ended up returning the favor. "Tim, next time you're in town, drinks are on me." Forward. I remember getting the call like it was yesterday. The head of McGraw-Hill Education
Sample complete. Ready to continue?